The album, The Element of Freedom, I'm calling it that because there's freedom in every song that you hear. And every song just has a different place it's going to take you. And I really wanted to approach this album with nothing holding it back, nothing holding me back, nothing holding the music back. There was no rules, there was no, boxes that we had to fit into. And so The Element of Freedom is all about being unlimited. And that's what you're going to hear when you hear the music. That's the beauty of all the songs on the album, is that there's definitely a lot of vulnerability in there. And I think that's the most beautiful thing about songs. Like when you can really feel a person's soul and their spirit, you really feel like you got an understanding of what they were feeling at that particular moment. That's also what's great about the album, is there's so many different styles of songs and pieces and moments. And that's what I was saying recently. I was just saying that every song is a moment in time. It's like that particular moment in time that expresses that particular feeling at that moment, So there's definitely vulnerability, there's strength, and there's strength in vulnerability. It's okay. You can find your strength in being a little more gentle, And I think that a lot of my approach with this record was a little bit more gentle, and not necessarily consciously, but it does come through like that, I think. Empire State of Mind is, definitely an incredible song, and I love that it exists right now in this moment. Obviously, myself and Jay are both from New York, and he called me up and he just said, I really have this song that I feel could be the new New York anthem, and I was like, wow. And so, I went to the studio and took a listen to it, and the way that I feel like everybody feels when they hear it is the way that I felt it, just hearing what it was going to be, And so it captured New York so well, and there was like such an energy there that you just felt it, you just got into it. And so I definitely loved what was started with it, and I put my thing on it, and he put his thing on it, and there were these two really great writers that did the hook named Janae and Angela, and that was already so sick. So it was just a beautiful kind of coming together of all these New York minds, And so now it's out here in the world, and everybody loves it. It's definitely a New York anthem, but it's also like the world's anthem in a way. No matter where I go, I can be in London, I can be in Paris, I can be anywhere, and they definitely love and feel the record. So it's incredible when something can just pass, doesn't matter where you're from, you understand it. Working with Keep a Child Alive has definitely changed my life. It just gives me so much more understanding about people, all kinds of people, and it also makes me see, the same way music makes me see that we're so connected. Like, we're all the same, We're very much the same, no matter if I'm from New York and someone else is from Kenya, or someone else is from Uganda, or, from wherever you may live, South Carolina. Like, we all are the same, and so I definitely view the world as more of a global family, and it gives me that empathy and that understanding, and it also makes me realize that there's a lot of things going on in the world that we have to pay attention to, and that it's just as important as everything else we're paying attention to. So definitely makes me more empathetic, and I feel really inspired because we're able to reach so many people. To date, we've been able to help serve 250,000 people, and to be able to be a part of that is really major. And we also just launched this initiative where you text the word ALIVE to 90999, and you'll be donating to Keep a Child Alive, and I'm going to choose 5 people to come with me back to Africa when I go. So hopefully what's changed my life will definitely change their life, and we can just continue to change the world. I don't know if it would be necessarily the soundtrack to my life, because that's, life is so complex and there's so many different levels and valleys and peaks to it, But one song by Nina Simone, Feeling Good. And I just love, she's saying, like, birds in the sky, you know how I feel. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, a new day, and I'm feeling good. And just listening to that song always takes me somewhere so beautiful, because no matter what happens in our lives, no matter what different things we might go through or different trials and tribulations that we might be experiencing, we are free, you know, and we are definitely free to have every day be a brand new day. And that's what that song says to me. And so in that way, I would definitely say it's the soundtrack to my life. I got this kind of strange, like, porcelain frog from the sweetest guy. Like, he's so sweet. He's kind of older, you know, but he collects a lot of things, so I guess he figures everyone else wants to collect things too. And so it was like this porcelain frog. I don't know where to put it. I don't know what to do with it. Like, why? I'm not sure, but I said thank you, and I meant it because it was thoughtful, but it was a little strange. It's been such a momentous decade for me, you know, period. This has been like a really incredible decade, and it's just going to be more to come. But I have to say the most momentous moment of this decade was probably having us electing Barack Obama. You know, that's like huge, major strides for us. And I just feel like overall, period, as a global community, like I was speaking about, you know, there's just positivity about that. And I feel like it just really helped to shift a lot of people's minds and thoughts into a bigger way of thinking. And I think that's really necessary. And so I think that's very momentous for us.